was like
toe touching, hand holding, laying in the bed with a 19-year-old man, Rachel,
with Josh's toe.
in somebody else's bed though.
But no, we were talking earlier about how poor Darnell, he never gets deliverances in person. And then look what's happening. I want to pray.
That breathing and the pain that you saw, that's one way I can discern spirits.
In my breathing?
No, my breathing and that is pain, a certain pain that comes into my spine, L area, and my
Josh has been feeling pain in his spine.
My lower back hurts so bad.
The last 2 days.
That's where I get in my lower back, and if it's more than one, it's like my lungs tighten up, and I feel all through the muscles in my back and my spine.
That's what my seizures were. I mean, not at the spine, but the
seizure is demonic possession.
It is?
Yes, ma'am. Your body's convulsing uncontrollably because that's the demon.
I had a lot of seizures.
I'm gonna say one a week or
no, there was like sometimes 3 in one day.
That's why a lot of people, they say you can die off a seizure because you're being violently attacked.
That's when I had that. I almost died.
You're being violently attacked by a demon.
That's blood work was all over the place. They're like being poisoned. And I just had it done the week before, and it was perfectly fine.
Which I don't know if you were getting poisoned from within, because that stuff was in my water bottle too. That was like the nasty gunk.
Yeah, something was off.
Maybe it was in
I don't know.
both ways.
It's hard to say, but all I know is that my food was tainted and everything.
Yeah.
But that's when I was like 3 blocks away. In fact, that is kind of ironic. I was 3 blocks away from a hospital, and had I not been there, I would have died. But I coded. As they pulled me out of the car, I started feeling this out-of-body experience right before it, and I was like, something's wrong. He's like, what? I think I'm having a stroke.
Oh my.
And then we were 3 blocks from the hospital, so he got me to the hospital. Just as he got pulled up, they grabbed me and I could hear everything, by the way. They were like, does she have a pulse? Barely. Nope, no pulse. All of a sudden, hit the red button. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can hear you though. I'm not dead.
Oh my. Was that at Lutheran?
No, that was at, what's the name of that hospital? In Denver, it has the Denver Live, because they put me on that 24-hour Denver Live monitoring. It wasn't the Denver hospital. It was like, not Rose, what's that other one? St. Joseph, I think. Something like that.
Oh.
Not St. Joseph, I think that's, I don't remember. I hadn't been there before, though. Maybe it was St. Joseph. I was having so many seizures. Oh my gosh, they're all the time. And I get that. What's that body called? That frozen body, like I can't move. I've been having that a lot lately too.
At nighttime?
Huh?
At nighttime?
Nighttime and in the day if I lay down and fall asleep or something.
You can't move.
Yeah.
Try to move, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's called mare.
It's called what?
Mare.
What's that?
It's the spirit. paralysis.
Yeah, I've had that for years. For almost my whole life, I'll have times like I'll wake up and I think I'm paralyzed or something.
That's nightmare spirit. It's called nightmare or spirit of mare. It's a demon. I've dealt with that thing for years.
I had it today.
When you were laying down,
I was laying down in the bed watching a movie and then I just couldn't move. It was holding my arm. In fact, the arm that scratched.
there's only one way out of that.
What?
Saying Abba's name. And by his blood, I plead the blood of Yahusha. I plead the blood of Yahusha. Your spirit will respond. It'll learn.
Yeah, because I think I was saying in the name of you. And I was like
Plead the
pleading.
blood.
Was it begging to let me go? That's why I was feeling so frustrated. I felt like he wasn't there listening to me. I was saying, Jesus is Lord, because I keep saying that to myself to make sure I'm still me.
You're still you, Rachel. You will always be you.
Okay, well, the good me that can still say Jesus is Lord. I read that in the Bible, and ever since then, it makes me say that all the time.
You can't say it if you didn't believe him anyway.
That's
only
what
those,
I heard. That's why I say
only
it.
those who belong to him and believe in him can say that. Those who are, especially those who are born again or are baptized, have the spirit of truth in them. You don't have it, you can't say it.
Do you know what I went through today? Are you
Stevens talked about that earlier.
I know. Huh?
Said Stephen talked about that earlier too, but it's in the word.
I didn't hear that.
If you don't have the truth in you, you cannot say that Yahusha is Elohim or Yahuwah.
Yahusha is alive.
You couldn't say it.
But
You
you
didn't
know, I
have the
have
spirit.
to check myself because I get so worried that I'm walking that line. And not willingly, but they make me think I am. That stuff that was happening today was, I've only crossed it once before, that it scared me to death. It was like it was grinning and smiling, and it was like satisfied, like I got her. And I was like, oh, like hell you do. And I hopped up out of bed, got in the shower. But I was like frozen. I couldn't move. They like were making me, I don't know, just weird. And that they were proud of what they were doing. Like they didn't care that they were exposing me.
Rachel, I need you to sit up.
Sorry. Well, it's just freaking
Not shut up. I said sit up.
Sit up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Josh, I need you to sit up too. Rachel, hold his hand.
Wait, you need me to sit up?
Meaning I need you all to face me as you sit up. Switch sides. I need you to hold his hand. That would be his right hand, I believe. Right hand.
I'm on his right. Oh. My right.
Josh, put your other hand on your forehead.
My left hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
After this.
You got scratches on you. There.
Oh, that's normal.
That's not normal.
Sure those aren't indentations?
No, those are scratches.
I
I know because I've got it too.
That means you've been touched. Grab his right hand. No, with your hand.
Hmm?
Other hand. I need you to have that hand free for a reason.
I don't know who's getting what done, but
Both of you.
they cut him today.
Is that you?
Let me see your hands.
You feel it?
Earlier, I looked at your eyes. And I told you in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And you dropped something down there. On my feet a couple hours ago, I felt the same thing.
The vibration?
It was something that yes, it was a vibration.
I know I can feel it.
feel some of the same thing in you too, Josh.
Your eyes just got really big.
I think I'm
People's
waking up
dilating.
again.
People's dilating. Oh,
It actually feels like it's starting to burn, actually. No, it's serious. I can touch it with my hands, but not my forehead.
I can tell when something's bothering you every time by your speech pattern because you say the same thing every time.
I do?
You do.
What do
I
I
told
say?
you about this before.
Something's moving in my fingers.
There it goes. The words, actually, it's kind of interesting. It always lets me know when your mind is shifting from one thing to the other and your attention is skewed. Every single time. You have the same pattern in your speech. You begin to shut down
Yeah.
and looking around. And these fingers by your mouth.
Oh, yeah. As I do.
One way to be a skillful agent is to learn language. Basic linguistics.
People speaking.
Body language speaks louder than the actual linguistics of speech. When you cross your legs, when you hold your arm, signs of nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit there with a blank stare, signs of deep thought. When your eyes shift back and forth, it's because you're watching and you're seeing what's going on. That's how you can tell when you're fighting. Watched you the whole time out there. I know you watched me looking. I know she felt it. I know that's one reason, or many reasons, that she was going outside. It wasn't just to smoke.
No, just to get away.
But we're all here on purpose, with purpose as always. I wasn't going to do nothing unless the spirit of peace came. Told you peace was coming. Because I could feel it coming, but I wasn't going to say nothing unless I knew for sure that it was supposed to be done. And the fact that everybody seems to be up at the same time, and it's a little bit past 5 o'clock, and the buzzer said 5 o'clock, whatever, not too long ago, whatever, I don't even, anyways. It's never for no reason. That hand needs to go on your forehead. That hand needs to go on your belly.
You know, that's where they move.
Oh yeah, I got front row tickets to that.
Rib cage descending.
Yeah.
Your palm needs to cover your forehead.
That's why they're causing me pain in my stomach. Ow, it really hurts, actually.
That's a gateway.
What? The palm?
No.
Oh, right here.
There's a certain nerve right there in the middle of your head. You can always feel your heartbeat. It's a pressure point.
Oh, yeah.
It's a gateway. This is a gateway. When you're born, where all the heat comes out the crown of your head, it's a gateway. That for that soft spot, you can still feel where mine is at.
They dig holes in mine.
Feel right
Remember?
here.
Oh, wow. I've got a whole bunch of those.
Oh, wow.
Remember when all the scarring and stuff that kept happening in my head?
I have a dent in my skull. Right here.
What happened?
A lot of it probably came from banging my head a lot when I was a child. I used to beat my head against the wall.
Oh, jeez.
I used to punch myself in the nose until I bled. I was a very troubled child. I used to beat my head a lot. As a sign of hatred for myself and just, it was, I don't know, it's just, it's how I deal with stuff, you know.
Self-sabotage.
Had a lot of
Self-mutilation.
stuff, a lot of problems, a lot of demons. But anyway, and this right here is a gateway. Right below part of your bone.
On the left
your
side?
neck. No. Center. Right here.
And the spine, like
right
connects.
underneath your the last part of your skull.
That's why I have
Going into your
writing
neck.
or some sort of a scar back there with a wound that never healed. It was very deep.
There's another one right center at your heart.
The sternum.
Then the gateway that was closed off is your belly button. And then the others are obvious where stuff comes out. There's 10 gateways in the Book of Nehemiah. The pressure points play a huge play a huge part in everything. Gateways have to be closed off. If gateways are not closed properly, there's still an entryway. Food is very important. When you fast, there's certain foods that you're not supposed to eat because it weighs down your body. You're not able to receive things the way that you should receive them either.
Meat is one, red meat for me.
That's one reason why a lot of things that could be difficult for most people will be easier for you. Because of your diet, for one, which is a very good thing. And the fact that you are a virgin, which is a very even better thing. And this is why you are very, 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 very sensitive. Very sensitive. And this is why you cannot keep going around people who do not want truth. And you know that. The desire that we all have as people to want to share with our loved ones or want to share with people and believe in the best. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't let that be your guide to your destruction.
That's what got me before.
People that you visit, as you know we talk, but people that you visit, you sometimes know where you should be with that and shouldn't be with that. Right now, the same thing he wants her to do, and many other people, including myself, you need to be healed. You need to be delivered. You need to be able to be rooted.
Is this supposed to hurt? My arm really hurts right now.
What is that? Why does that thing look like it's suffocating you?
The wristband thing?
Yeah, it looks like it's suffocating you.
What do you
Like
mean?
your arm being choked out. It looks tight as crap, that's what
It's
it
not.
is.
It's like aluminum
Oh, women are
or
weird.
silver.
It just folds over.
You know, I don't even know why I'm wearing it. I don't remember where I got it from. I mean, it was years ago, but all of a sudden, I put it on my wrist and I can't take it off.
You don't know where you got it from?
No, I don't know where I got it from. I don't remember it.
You don't know where you got it from, you shouldn't wear it.
Oh, I don't even know why I put it on, honestly. It's weird, actually. I don't usually wear jewelry.
Everything that I receive, I do my best to remember to plead the blood of Yahushua over it. Anything that comes in my house. They didn't come in my house without getting touched first. And I prayed about it first. No one and no thing comes in this house without getting touched. Nothing. No one and nothing. And remember that for wherever you go. Abba says, lay hands on no man suddenly. You're not supposed to let everybody touch you. I don't care if you grew up with them. You're not supposed to let everybody touch you. Don't be afraid of it. But there's some people that be like, you try to give them fire, they be like, there's a word in the Bible where it says, there's some people you're not even supposed to speak to as far as saying hello. You're not even supposed to go on their doorstep. There's people that we are commanded to stay away from. That's why you don't go searching for people. He'll lead them to you. Because he knows who wants it and who doesn't. And this was a problem that I had. because that's how we were taught, you know. But a lot of it was just being friendly.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Two random women in this McDonald's. I'm gonna get to that. Or in the Coney Island. They literally told myself and my children's mother, don't let everybody touch y'all or your children. Just don't do it. Because there are spells and there's evil that is just a transfer of being touched or somebody bumping against you. For instance, for a good part, the woman with the issue of blood. She was so desperate in her faith, some call it violent faith, where she pushed her way to the crowd, thinking if only she could touch the hem of his garment. The hem of his garment was one string. She touched one string and he felt the energy leave him. And he turned around at a crowd of people that's around and asked who touched me. It wasn't the fact that there's a lot of people around. It's not like he didn't know who touched him, but she touched him because she had faith. And that drew his attention. That's why it's written where he could not do many miracles even among his own people because they did not believe. They didn't have faith. That's why every time you two get touched, just like those who do, it has effects because you have faith. I'm not your creator. I'm not your savior. I'm not your deliverer. I'm a messenger.
Can you move your hand?
Which one?
You're right.
Yeah.
I can't move my left hand.
Oh, really?
It's like it's in that paralysis thing. It's like it's locked.
Yeah.
All the way down through my left side.
My hands are swollen.
So am I. There's something on my veins, which I obviously you saw I was looking at.
I ask in the name of Yahushua, Yahushua, I ask that you cover these spaces with your blood in our ears and all those who are listening and monitoring. I ask that you have complete control and I bind every demonic spirit. I bind every tongue of wickedness and every curse word of every witch. And their assignments and their agendas are canceled in the name of Yahushua from the inside out, the outside in every part of our souls and our organs and our bodies. And I ask that you have your way and that you touch my brother and my sister from the crown of their heads into the bottom of the soles of their feet, inside out and outside in. I ask that you deliver a lethal blow and a potent blow to any and every wicked spirit. I pray that you fill me with your spirit and fill them with your spirit at the same time and let your peace be known and your presence be recognized. I ask that you come by your power and by your authority and by your spirit and reject and rebuke and silence every demon, every thought, every form of witchcraft, and I bind them in the name of Yahushua. Out of the blood, out of the organs, out of the bones, out of the spirit, out of their eyes, out of their ears. Hear the word of Yahuwah, and let there be light, and let there be life. I loose the fire of Yahuwah to go forth and consume everything. From the root, every seed. I ask, Abba, that your authority rule and reign. I ask that you take control. I silence every demon tongue, all fear, all doubt, all lies, all sodomy, all murder, any confusion. For there is no weapon that is formed against us that will prosper in the name of Yahushua. For greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. And if Yahuwah be before us, who can be against us? Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, you will worship the Yahuwah, the Elohim, to him only you will serve. I bind up every sickness and every disease, any infirmity, all spirits of infirmity. And I ask, Abba, that you reinforce, reinstate, and reestablish your word, even in the stomach, that you remove every parasite, anything that's been trying to keep a hold, or grab a foothold. I ask that you break through, overwhelm, and overpower any and all things. I ask that your grace and your mercy will be released in the same place and at the same time. I ask that you could take control of the elements in the atmosphere. I speak to the bodies, expel, eject, and loose, and release, and I speak life in the name of Yahushua. No weapon formed against us will prosper. I ask, Abba, that your spirit of healing may flow in water, like living waters from the depths of the belly. In the name of Yahushua. Come up and come out. In the name of Yahushua. Come up and come out. In the name of Yahushua. Come out. Come up and come out. And release. Come up and come out. Every spirit of perversion, I bind you. I rebuke you and I expel you. Get out now and be dragged off into hell in the name of Yahushua. Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Raphael, Nathaniel, come forth and assist in the will of Yahweh. Bind them with iron fetters of chains and iron. Cut them off with the sword of the Spirit and separate them in the name of Yahushua. Obey the will of Yahuwah. I speak life in the name of Yahushua. Bianto patente sendera nomor tu production vertigo tentisi arrondo bovrando che ti arronda viene cambrando covrando ti predichi sia il senso rodo covrando e sendera tomando cambrando che ti si sovrando covrando ti rendo cambrando compagno dato molto narti che si sembra cendor totali e te carrando proprio cotiti si ambrando covrando viene ortomando trovati che ti si frate che ti si sembra tomando viene con noi come arte Yahusha Nihandor Yahusha Bratu kumba tu Yahusha kindi si fraku fragan dan dia fraku kumba nanti kindi kisarro mandamba Yana to kumbrando ko paya de kiti sim terra to morinde ko franta ki berame di kiti sim jem sim tam bruto va orma tanto di si organto vanda fraken Perdu bodo ko franta kiti di sim ko ma compra kiti tende ki sim berro moto nana marni di kan mer to compra Miana na ko franta do gadi di si sim berro ko tara ko frani di dia ma ko franta ko franta tanti Yarto magno muka mantan dari mikiti shabra mo ko fraken dari ko ken para kiti shabra mo ko fra ko pan mana ko na chin yarto ma Yahusha yarto ma fro ko ba fro ko ba dati chin shabra mo ko tabra fro ko tan man na kiti shabra man dan yarto ma farto ko fra mo and I command every spirit come under divine arrest in the name of Yahusha. You will obey and you will let go. You are not in control. Your tongue does not intimidate me. Rachel does not belong to you. She is not your home. Josh does not belong to you. He is not your home. You will be still, you will come up, and you will come out in the name of Yahushua. You are not in control. You do not own them. They are not your property. They belong to Yahushua. And by his blood, you will let go. You will let go. We've been through this before, and you know this. The devil is a liar. Yatinda fuku franda yishiki shambramba kuframba kumbramba diandaya to koshe brando kufrando kurama dirati yardana to kurama titirish roko frato kumbrando mekianda kuritishi yardana froko frando kufrando tiandara e frati sia frango fuku kotana da brando komendi shiki sierte perto warto kufranda na komanda da sierte Yukuramba fu yarta marran de kafu sempre kiti prakurum di yarta mafara di tindera petunde yarta ini kata pro kata ni kesiapa pradin yarta kundan batan di ketian to koros bor makan to te kesia korom tapo kata nunu mu kondan de shek kota kasiki chera kofra ande tikiti shekete yarta dingi yarta mafukur de di yarta mafukur kota arete te fesho nunu mu korno katandar dikite sharara to kota kiti sharanda ko arenu mu kota nana ram to kushendari alato to kopiation ya kumbar duma arduma fu kumbalti yama petition yaten dia rite ko shambro ko from no maru ko keteshe yeten embro ko vota na ro ko kote yikite shana ko mo fonna na no to korona korrete ti tarto ko fra ikisita na do ko fratande ikisi ya prando fokita na ro to ko ta fungi sharano from na ko frando ya rando ko frando I bind you in the name of Yahushua. You get out in the name of Yahushua. By the blood of Yahushua. I plead the blood of Yahushua. I plead the blood of Yahushua. I plead the blood of Yahushua. You beast. I plead the blood of Yahushua. The blood of Yahushua. The blood. The blood come out by the blood. The blood compels you. The blood is in control. The blood of Yahushua. The blood that set us free. By they will overcome by the blood. The blood. The blood. The blood of Yahushua. And by the word of their testimony, let her go. In the name of Yahushua, Niente mai era sempre tu mandato tom. Il bagnato vanno di che toma bomba. Bra convertiti terra toma shukra ma do ba. Cani di che terra cumbra di